Hello everybody, welcome to Demon Crawl. Let me explain a bit about this game. I was in my computing science lab at university, as I often am, playing Minesweeper, as I often am, and somebody standing behind me is like, have you played Demon Crawl? And I say, what is Demon Crawl? And he says to me, it's like Roguelike Minesweeper. And I instantly went to the Steam page and bought the game because, oh my god, that sounds fantastic, right? And so here we have Roguelike Minesweeper, and so you have this, like, all of the mines are basically enemies, and you take damage if you get those enemies, right? Like, if you click on them. Instead of losing instantly, you just take damage. Although some enemies do more damage than other, I think. I haven't played this game a lot. I have maybe 20 minutes in it. And you can also find other tiles that are like power-ups. Some of them give you health, some of them give you like coins and stuff. You can get these items. This one is a stone mask. When you enter a stage, reduce the monster count by the minimum power. Don't know what that means, but it's pretty cool. And I've got to say, this game has been really fun so far. In the very little that I've played it, I have yet to beat it, but you know, we'll get there. There are also NPCs on the map, which is pretty cool. We've got a blacksmith, which gives me a 10% chance to break instead, killing all visible string. I don't know what that means, so we're just gonna ignore it and play some Minesweeper. This game, not this game specifically, but Minesweeper has completely taken over my life in a way that is very significant and potentially dangerous, because listen, I have a lot of deadlines upcoming. I have a test I have a test on Thursday, I have a test on Friday. It's Tuesday now, and I'm playing this instead of studying. I have an assignment due at the start of May, which I have not been working on because I've been working on minesweeping. And yeah, this is one of my favorite patterns. 1-1 in the corner means that this third one has to be empty, which I think is really cool. I did not mean to click there. I was trying to click on the bubble, which I don't really know how that works. So one of those is a thing. Do I have a way to reveal? No, I don't. See, this does have 50-50s, and as far as I can tell, this is not really a solvable case here. There's no way for me to figure it. I'm guessing that's safe, and I'm right, because that means that these two are the bombs, which is pretty good. But yeah, I mean, there was no way for me to figure that out. I just had to take a guess there. But the thing with Minesweeper is that when it comes to guesses, there are like better value guesses and worse value guesses. And there are multiple ways that can work. There's like the probabilistic idea, which I'm not sure how well I like fully understand. But there's like this idea of some cases are more likely to appear than others, and some solutions to 50-50s can be derived from the remaining number of mines and stuff like that. But more importantly, do I have money? I have not a lot of money, so you can go to these shops and stuff, but there's no point in doing that if you don't have a lot of money. So I'm waiting, because if you go to a shop, you can't go back to it. So that's why I'm waiting. And yeah, again, I don't think there's any way for me to... I don't think there's any way for me to solve this, so I would like to maybe... No, there's no... I mean, I'll just take the 50-50 here. We'll go for this one. And then, okay, we know that that's a mine now, and we can just keep playing. And it's nice that, you know, okay, 50-50s in regular Minesweeper, some people don't like that as much as a mechanic, and I'm in two minds about it. I don't mind it that much. To a certain degree, I think that 50/50s improve the game, but it is also frustrating that it means not everything is solvable reliably. Some of them are just a bit random, but it does make the board more interesting sometimes. But I like how in this game it kind of solves that problem by if you don't make mistakes and you just have a lot of health left over, then you can afford to take some damage from getting a 50/50 wrong. And that can often reveal a lot of information about the board as well, which is quite good. I don't know what expand the radius of my next targetable item. I guess an item that is used on the board. I mean, that spawns more chests. More chests is always good, so I think we'll pick that up. And I assume once I get to the end of all these levels, I've beat it. But it does get more difficult as it goes on. Not only does the minesweeping itself get more difficult, but you also take more damage for mistakes in later levels. Which is why there's like an armor value. You can get items that will improve your survivability against those kinds of things. But we haven't picked up any of those so far, so we gotta be pretty careful. Let's see. Add a random mutation to each of your cankers, plus a mutation for each of your poisons. Don't know what any of this means. Sounds cool though. Sounds cool. Let's get more chests. Favor all weapon items. Whenever you gain a weapon, you can power chord any cell for 5 turns. Don't know what power chording is. I know what chording is, but I don't know what power chording is. So that's cool. Is there anything here that's fully solvable? So we know that it can't be both of these for the 4, but the 4 is touching these 2, which means this one has to be a mine. Novice 2, reduce your score by half. I mean, sure, I don't... Well, that's just like something, I don't know. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this, not this game as in like, you know, Demon Crawl, but with Minesweeper. I know I've played Globesweeper on the channel and I've played Minesweeper itself on the channel as well. It's bad, the amount of time that I'm spending on it. But equally, I am getting a lot better at it. Like, I solved an expert map for the first time on Minesweeper.online. Unfortunately, it wasn't in a video, but, you know, that was pretty cool. Let's get this chest. Okay, getting money from it. Always a good thing. Might be able to make use of one of the shops later on. But yeah, it's an absurdly, like, satisfying game because you do improve really quickly, going from like you have to kind of like, you know, figure everything out from a base level to like, oh, I know these patterns, there are some things that I don't even need to think about, and then it becomes this kind of thing where, like, for me specifically, I do a lot of speedrunning stuff, so it's kind of become, you know, intertwined with that, where it's like, well, I want to go fast as well, and I'm not necessarily doing that for like classic... I've died. Trash Chew Simeon claims another victim. Yeah, so what I did wrong there was I made a bad assumption. So let's just start again. So I believe classic is just like classic Minesweeper, so I can go to like, we'll play an insane board and see, okay, this is actually massive. We'll play this insane board and see how far I can get. And I think it's no guess by default, so that's good. I don't know what to do here already. If this is no guess, okay, so it can't be all 3 of these. It can't be both of these, but it has to be at least one, which means this is definitely one. One of those is, and because it can't be this one, because it has to be one of those, we can click on that. And yeah, that's tough. Okay, let's see. For this one, this is touching 2, so it's going to be one of these. That doesn't really tell me anything. This is a 4, but it's touching like 6, so Doesn't tell me much. I mean, if I take the 50-50, I do just lose. So that's not really an ideal situation. But I took it and I got it right, and it hasn't really told me very much about the board. Yeah, this is tough. I'm gonna abandon that because that's tough. Let's play like medium. I feel like I can probably beat medium pretty reliably and show off my minesweeping skills now that I'm better at the game. And if I fail, then you know it's fine. Sometimes you just make mistakes. And that's here. One of the, so yeah, you can click that because the 2 ones, again, one of my favorite patterns. But yeah, I like the patterns that make me think a bit more, but I am slowly like absorbing those into the memory bank as well. So eventually the only patterns that make me think will be the really complicated ones that I probably can't figure out very quickly. What? Did I even make a mistake? What? Oh, this mine was not a mine? Right, that makes sense, because this too is touching 3 mines, the way I wrote it. Well, that's embarrassing. Let's go back to the roguelike mode, because the roguelike mode is definitely the main appeal of the game, and I feel like it's a bit stupid if I spend the whole time playing normal Minesweeper. So, yeah, let's play the mode. Is there any indication of what to do next? See, I feel like 1-2-1-2-1, there must be some kind of solvable, like, it has to be that, right? Because it can't, yeah, okay. And then that makes everything else easier once you've solved that bit. I mean, it's always really satisfying when, like, solving one part of the board reveals more information about the rest of the board, but equally, it doesn't always work. And sometimes you've got a 50-50 on one side of the board and you're just like, I'll leave that till the end, and you lose because of it, and it's just like, yeah, that stings, you know? Okay. 1-2-1-2, what we agree that that's like solvable now. I don't think I knew, I mean, obviously I would have figured it out, but I don't think I knew 1-2-1 was a pattern until like right now, and I know that it's a pattern now, so I'm kind of happy with that. Okay, well, it can't be this one, which means it's that one, which means I've solved it. Cool. What have we got? Restore 1 life whenever you spend at least 5 coins. I mean, we'll spend coins. I'm trying to save the shops till later, because you never seem to get that many coins early on. But I mean, it seems like coins are just scarce in general. That might just be the way the game's set up. Yeah, honestly, I think this game is really cool. I can't wait to like play it more and get into the game mechanics of it a bit more, because right now I'm kind of just playing Minesweeper and picking up items that I don't understand what they do along the way. Right, that's the smith. We don't want to go there. We want to go here to the beach. We have a mage which will cast longbow at a random location for 4 coins. I want to see what that does. Right. So it revealed everything in this line, I guess? Okay, well, we killed the blacksmith. I don't know how that happened. Right. What is this? Bones. Bury in a random cell to... What? To give it sanctified, then restore lives equal to the cell's value. Ooh, so if we could find like a high like a 6 or something, that would be good. Obviously, like, I don't need a 6 because I only have a max of 5 health, but you know, there are situations where you'll have more than 5 health. I'm just not playing those situations. It cannot be this one, which means we've solved them. I'm getting better at it. I have to say, I'm pretty happy with those inferences I'm making. I've heard of this. Can I click on that? I got burnt. Okay, I shouldn't have clicked on that. Right, so there are these tiles that if I click on them, I get burnt. So I need to avoid, like, cording on those tiles, I guess. Which is kind of interesting, game mechanic-wise. Like, it punishes you for cording, which, if you don't know what cording is, it's when you, like, click on a tile to indicate, like, oh, yeah, how do I explain this? If your flagged mines make it obvious that the adjacent tiles are not bombs, cording just clears all the tiles in one click, basically, assuming that your mines are correct. And it does genuinely make the game easier. Like, I do think that cording makes the game easier, but it doesn't take, in my opinion, it doesn't take away from the fun bits, which is, like, you know, the important part. For me, I think cording makes the game more fun. Oh, I misclicked. How'd I do that? How did I do that? Right, this must not be a mine. Have I misflagged? No, I just haven't solved this part of the... Oh, so we know that's safe. Okay, well, it can't be both of these, but it has to be one of them. Nope, okay, I've died again. So yeah, you know, I have flaws as well. I am not a perfect Minesweeper player, as, you know, most likely nobody is. In fact, one of the most, like, interesting revelations I had from this, like, even the best Minesweeper players can only solve maybe like 15 to 20% of expert games because of the, like, prevalence of 50-50s. And like, the best Minesweeper engines can get close to 50-50, but you know, it's just interesting that, like, it's this game that you can continually improve at, but there's this kind of hard limit that's limited by the randomness of it. And some people think that's kind of lame, but I always look at it from the perspective of, like, well, I play Stranded Isle. Stranded Isle's a pretty random game. Okay, every 20 turns convert all strangers into monsters. Whenever you target a cell with an item, take damage. Why would I want any of this? What? Whenever you collect a diamond, mana lock or random magic item for a number of turns. I don't understand why I would want any of that. What did I miss there? What was the game mechanic that I was not understanding? Because all of that sounded negative. But yeah, like, I play a game that has a lot of RNG in it, and it doesn't take away from the skill aspect. The difference between the best Stranded Isle players and the not best Stranded Isle players is all skill, and it has nothing to do with, you know, who got luckier. And I think that Minesweeper kind of comes down to that. Like, maybe to get the world record in... Right, okay. Maybe to get the world record in Minesweeper, yeah, you gotta be pretty lucky. And, like, I believe that is probably true. But to be consistent at it and just, like, you know, be quite good at it, that's all skill. And the losses that you get because of the randomness don't define you as a player. So it's like okay, I'm so shit at this. What was I saying? Yeah, it's more important that you're solving the bits that are solvable really well and really quickly than it is to worry about, oh, I failed this specific map because I got unlucky with the 50-50. Because at the end of the day, that's like, that's kind of the realm of God, right? Like, there's no accounting for the randomness, but you can, like, improve as a player and stuff like that. So it's kind of, to me, that kind of like maintains the fun aspect. And I don't like blame people who think that the randomness kind of ruins it, but it's a kind of randomness that does not bother me. So yeah, I think it's okay. And I would guess that it's not just the like mechanics, like the attack and stuff, that get more difficult as you go on. I would guess that the patterns that show up, not only is the board getting bigger, I think the patterns are getting harder, which is why I'm, you know, consistently getting to a certain point and then failing. It's probably just because I'm shit at Minesweeper and it's starting to give me actually hard patterns. But I kind of can't be bothered studying the patterns, so like eventually I'll figure them out, but right now I just don't know them, and that's fine. That's fine. Play the desert one. And you know, I'll make this my last run because I don't want this video to go on forever with just me like playing the beginning of this Minesweeper RPG over and over again because or Roguelike, I don't know. It's not really an RPG. I don't want it to just be me playing the beginning of this over and over because I'm not good enough to get any further. These ones can't be that. What? Really? Oh, because this one's here. Yeah, that was just bad, like, vision on my part. I think part of the reason I'm struggling to recognize some of those cases is because it looks different. Like, this game does not look like the Minesweeper that I play predominantly, which is Minesweeper Online. The recognition is harmed by that. Okay. I think this. Yeah, let's go. I don't know if I inferred that or if I just got lucky. I feel like I inferred it, but my deduction could have easily been wrong. Let's try and recruit some strangers. Well, do we want the gambler, the mage, the scientist, or the priest? Let's get the mage, the priest, and they're just gonna hang out, I guess? I don't really know how that works. Let's play this special stage. Right, what am I doing? So don't click on the spiders, I'm guessing. Error code loop. What? Why am I getting errors? What? Was that like a intended thing? I didn't really get to read what it said. Ooh, chest. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Oh my god, that's a BTS song. I love BTS. And apparently whoever made this game does as well. Or it's just a phrase. Right, we don't need help because I'm good at this game. It's gotta be... I mean, it can't be both of those, but it's gotta be at least one, and if it could be both of these. Is there any way to determine it? No. Okay, I was wrong, which means it's that one. I feel like there was no way to figure that out. I'm probably wrong. I have a strong feeling that I'm probably wrong most of the time I say something is a 50-50 in Minesweeper. Which, you know, I'm happy with, because I think eventually I'll figure it all out. Eventually I'll know everything. No, I won't know everything, but I'll be like... Assuming I keep playing at the rate I am now, I think I will eventually figure out, like, the majority of patterns. Or maybe I'm already there. Maybe I know the majority. I just don't know the ones that I'm needing to win on this game. I don't know. I know that I still fail no guess when it's like hard. Like hard no guess, I still fail. So clearly I don't know everything. But then part of that is also like, you know, I'm sure if I spent time to figure each thing out, then I would do better, but a new mastery is now available. I don't care. That there is this idea of like, what am I trying to say? I'm dead! Okay, GG's everyone. There's this idea that like, you know, being able to solve things quickly is better, and I subscribe to that just because that's what I sort of prefer. Like, I prefer to do things the fast way, and yes, okay. And then it's one of those, we can come back to that. I prefer to do things the fast way, which means I have like this desire, like, oh, if I cannot beat it fast, then I shouldn't take my time. I should just like fail quickly, because if I fail it, eventually I'll learn it and I'll be able to do it quickly. Which I don't know if that's like a good approach to learning, but it is a fun approach to playing the game, because it means I don't spend a lot of time like trying to figure things out when I'm not too sure. I'm just like going ahead with it, and like moving forward is the most important thing. Because if I take a step, like if I determine like, okay, I'm going to beat this right now, and I'm not going to like, you know, stop playing or whatever. I'm gonna like sit down and figure this out. Like, if that's not fun, which like it might be, it might not be, but if that's not fun, it might prevent me from playing the game more. And if I stop playing the game, then I'm never gonna get better, right? So there's that aspect to it too, where like, yeah, I can sit down and like figure it out, but it needs to be fun. If I'm doing that, it needs to be fun. And you know, it isn't always that. It isn't always fun to do like the most good thing. Doing the most like clear thing for improvement is not always the most fun thing to do. And I'll leave it on that. See ya.